Hey, there we go. We do have a mic. Just making sure. Hey, it's Leo with Member Solutions, and over here with Villain Support. I haven't been live in a few days. Depression sucks. Yeah, Nazi, what's wrong? What's got you down? Oh my God, you have depression. Ah, so do I. Join the club. Laugh, Betsy. Otherwise, we think about other things. Isn't that a great way to open things up? The thing about Joker is just how loud I have to be to play his voice. I have to actively lower myself. I didn't quite mean like that, but yes! Hey, Colin, thank you so much. Hey, hold on. Ian, how you guys doing? I've got some news that's tentative for everyone. I don't want to get people excited because of tariffs is the problem. But you guys have done a wonderful job every time the company, Unique Dice, says, "Hey, I've got something new for you, Levi." And so they continuously send me things, and I've continuously made their investment in me worth it. But thanks to the tariffs, I can't do something like the first time I got like legitimately paid by them. Not like here's a free product and go on to TikTok and promote the TikTok shop item, and then you can get paid through TikTok shop. I made money that way the first time. That's how we created this working relationship. No. First time, like working just straight through Villain Support and everything. I was like, hey, what if you took the money that I was supposed to make, which is only about 50, 60 bucks, and can you just send me some extra sets that I can give away to our fans? Because I wanted to say thank you. Throughout waiting for all this, the tariffs have hit small businesses even worse than what they used to. So now, even though I have these beautiful sets to give out, which the lighting does not do these justice. These are the Naraktu dice or whatever. Near two dice sets. Despite the fact I have to convince my kids to let me do 3 sets instead of just 2, but I have 3 sets, 3 extra sets, plus 2 more upstairs that are for myself. But 3 sets, 2 of which were given to me as extras to to give away to you guys as a thank you for helping with this. But I don't want to limit this to the United States, but I would pay a pretty penny to ship it anywhere but the U.S. I'm going to have to pay a hefty penny to ship it in the U.S. It's going to be like ship package this size and this weight is about, if I want to make sure nothing happens to the package, probably about $6, $6 to $11. To ship it, let's say to Canada, is like 20. It would almost be cheaper for me just to pay for the dice to be shipped. I kid you not. It would almost be cheaper for me to go onto their website, have you give me your information, and I just send you a free brand new set. It would almost be cheaper that way. That's just the sad reality. But yeah, so somebody mentioned here's just Batman 2004 Joker versus Batman TAS or other variant of the Joker. So anytime we do a variant of the Joker, we have learned, or character in general, it is much easier and better if you have voice acting, because you're not spending, because we've tried to figure out ways to make that work. The easiest way is to have the voices. Easiest way. Have the voices, less a picture there, and it makes things so much easier. As soon as Chris gets back, we've got a lot of things to discuss and do. Here's another thing. If you guys like the 24-hour live stream, I need to make a new ad for it, but we need to get donations on that stream to keep it running 24/7. But outside of that, oh hey, we're talking about all kinds of things. Talking about how I want to give these out to everyone. Not everyone, but like whoever wins. when we get it all set up. The problem is going to be shipping, and like let's say I get somebody clear, in Canada it's not too bad, but like it's still bad. Like tariffs, man, it just sucks. But yeah, Kamehameha Part 2. I had a rough idea, and I'd like to point out that the medication I take is it's legal. I'm prescribed it, but it causes some interesting things sometimes. And I saw a thing. I saw a thing. I saw a comment, and I was like, oh, that would be funny. And then like my brain went somewhere it probably shouldn't have. And I'm going to show you. Actually, I don't need to show you from here. I can show you. Can I? No, I can't have to show you from here because I don't have it any other way. Okay. You guys can. I'm much too high for this. I'm sorry, Skirkwood. For those who didn't hear that, it's. I've had a really bad weekend with both pain and depression. Medication works wonders for me. I don't take it multiple days in a row for a reason, and you're about to find out why. Yeah, well, I don't have bad side effects. It's not a bad side effect. Just one. I'm much too high for this. I'm sorry, Scarecrow. Did you just say Batman was going to trap you in a flashlight with? Oh, the evil containment ray. That's right. A flesh. No, it's not funny. It's horrifying. If it's used. Well, I mean, at least it would be comfortable in there. I can't keep a straight face. This is me breaking character, technically. The master of fear is afraid of a little. I'm sorry. The jokes just write themselves. I was about to say master of fear turned into a different. You always were complaining how you couldn't get. I had to stop myself. Where's John? Because it was going to get worse and worse as the jokes go on. Processing the trauma that Batman also knows Kamehameha. It's an energy beam. Yeah, that giant blue beam in the light the other day. Yeah, he did that. I'll talk more about this. Right? It's not sounding so bad anymore, is it? Or you could, stop doing crime. I like the thing about that is again, I was high. Right? I was really out of it. So this is a thing that like everyone that takes THC medications deals with is over time you'll develop like you have to take more and more, you have to take it continuously. I don't like that. So I will straight up you guys have seen me deal with my pain constantly up to a certain point. I just tend not to push myself any more than I feel like I can handle. I try to exercise where I can, so on and so forth. There is this reality where if I took the medication, in all honesty, like I'm supposed to, which is every day, I'm supposed to take it at night to help me sleep, and I'm supposed to take it when I deal with the pain throughout the day. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that because I build up tolerance, and I would have to take more and more, and then I don't like being, even though I can turn your fork off by there's certain ways to do it, like with caffeine and some other stuff that you can take to like turn it off. You can get much more expensive stuff that has all the benefits without the high, but still has a THC. It's specially formulated. But where I live, it's so fucking expensive that I can't afford that. I can afford the $25 gummies and the mints and stuff like that. I love the there's, it's not on my desk anymore. I gave it to my spouse. I had cream for my hands because that's where a lot of my pain comes from. Day-to-day pain is in my hands. It's the reason why I don't write the way I used to write. Because I just can't physically write the way I used to write. And it sucks because There was a time I would ride every day. The bomb is epic. It's also $100 for like 8 ounce. I don't have that kind of money. And if I had that kind of money, I'd be spending it probably on paying off other bills and paying for my kids' school lunches because my kids need school lunches. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. But another thing that we have to do today is I have to cut the original Batman Kamehameha into 2 shorts, which combined it's 3 minutes and 1 second. So you would think just cut it down the middle, but it doesn't quite work like that. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm glad you got your medication for way cheaper than I wish I lived in a state where it was legal across the board, 100%. Well, I mean, that's what we do too. It's like we save up and we go buy what we're allowed to buy all at once. And then because I take forever to use mine, which I'm going to have to get more here soon. I'm running out of my medication that helps me sleep, which I take about twice a week on average. Again, I'm supposed to be taking it every day. I don't. Most of the time you guys see me go live, I probably haven't had much sleep, if any at all. I've had sleep today. Oh, I had that a couple days ago, yeah. My spouse had their medical card, right? And they worked for the IRS, and they did a stupid. And I told them, you shouldn't take the medication onto the property. And they're like, but it's in my car. My car is my property. And I'm like, yeah. And if you find somebody who hates you, they're going to say something, and then something's going to happen, and then something's going to happen. That's exactly what happened. They lost their job during the worst possible time, which is right around COVID. It sucked because like they had their job for almost a year during COVID, and like they were able to go in and do training a couple times, but then they got sent home without any work. They got paid for like 6 months to do virtually nothing. It was really good for them. But what sucked was while they were working, they did a fantastic job. They were getting raises and everything. While they were working, somebody sexually harassed them, and they reported that person. That person, one of the only people who did not like them, he didn't lose his job. He just had to go to training, sensitivity training, and stuff like that. And that person reported them. And the security guards are feeling bad and everything. They don't want to check the car, but they're like, hey, you do kind of smell like it. And I know it's legal, but we've got to check things. And they found stuff, And because of COVID, the court system was backed up. But they lost their job, and they got a mark on their file while we were waiting on the court stuff. But the reality was, the lawyer and everything said, we're probably going to shoot for you getting off with just a slap on the wrist, but you need to know the reality that if you get the wrong judge, you could go to jail for 5 years. We lived with that for a fucking year. A year waiting for the court date. A year of waiting and trying to get life back together after losing the job randomly. My spouse then went and got a job at Domino's right almost within a couple of days, then got hurt a couple of days afterwards, and then wasn't able to work for over a year and a half. That's the reality of the situation of like where we lost the house and everything like that. That was the reality of it, is that my spouse was using the medication that they were prescribed that is legal in my state, but because it's not federally legal, it was an issue. Now the judge was really great. The judge was like, you have a medical pass? And my spouse was like, yeah, I have a medical pass. It's right there. And they saw the time frame of when it was active and everything. And they're like, okay, we're dropping the case. Now, this wasn't a slap on the wrist. There's nothing on their record. The only thing that's on their record is they got fired. That's it. From their federal job. That's it. That could not be removed from the employer side. But like from like being able to vote and everything, nada. It was dismissed 100%, case dropped, everything. And the judge was like, you shouldn't, and was just honest, you shouldn't have had it in the car on the property. Even though the car is your property, it was also on federal property. And it still sucked. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's in your vehicle. If your vehicle is on federal property, it's not legal. But good luck getting somebody, like, you'd have to get a really asshole judge and everything to prosecute you for taking medication that you have a prescription for. Again, they had a prescription for this. What's worse is they took the prescription medication. They didn't give it back. So that's just, I'm like, I know why, but still, that's kind of bullshit. And I was like, had the name prescription on it and everything. I was like, come on, that's kind of bullshit. That's like taking the prescription pain medication that is honestly worse, like Vicodin. My spouse could have been prescribed Vicodin. Legitimately could have been prescribed Vicodin. That could have been in the car, and they wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it. I'd like to point out that is a higher class of narcotic than cannabis is without a prescription. I'd like to point out you would get more trouble for having Vicodin than you would for cannabis, or at least at the amount that my spouse had. But they had prescription, and we could have had a prescription for Vicodin. And I'm just, this is just so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. It's me ranting randomly. Right, Slayer? You missed the story. You missed it. Oh, I can't do that one. Delete. We're gonna find where we want to cut the short, and then I'm gonna debate on like how I want to cut it. Provided I can find that. There it is. I moved the location. So Batman Kamehameha. We're gonna do things here. Good evening, Slayer. And again, for everyone here, that if you guys like the 24-hour live stream, if you guys want to keep it up, if you guys have a buck here and there to toss to it, hop onto that live stream. Not this one. Hop onto that one and make a donation while that's active. Because if we're getting active donations over there, I can be like, hey, we can keep that up. But I've talked to Chris, and we're gonna talk some more when he gets back. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day. And kind of work things out on the live stream stuff. But yeah, it's been live since the weekend because I haven't been live, and it'll stay live throughout today and good portion of tomorrow. Good night, Slayer. You going to bed already? And now with my mind has rewritten house MDs with Levi as fast as I. All right. He would totally still do that. Levi Markin. If you drive and have THC in your system, it lasts for months. They can get you even if you didn't use before you drive. That's yes and no. So if you have, and this is weird, but there is a way, there are tests that can be done to determine if you are like actively consuming it at the time. Yes, it can stay in your system, but the amount of which it is in there, you can be like, hey, I wasn't high, I didn't have the medication at the time that this happened, and I would like to request a test, whether it be follicle or a new piss test or something like that, where it can see the levels in my system, not just that. They don't want to do that test. That test costs money, and they would be required to do it. So yes, can you get in trouble? Mm-hmm. Can you fight it? Absolutely. It is one of the easiest cases to win because they can see the level of THC that is in your system. I'm not going to deny that. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Oh, you're not going to bed. Okay. Well, Nico, you have a good night. To every content creator I knew, because the kid Victor is an actual hero and he needs support. Um, we don't touch a whole lot of live stuff, and here's the problem. As much as I would love to support a Kickstarter and stuff like that, once we do one person's, we have to include everyone, and that's not the type of content that Chris and I want to do. Now that doesn't mean that once we're in a position to help that we won't set something up to do that. But we currently, what you have is the Discord. So if you want to do something like that, you can mention in the Discord, you can drop it in there, and there's a lot of people in there. We have over 300 people in the Discord that are in and out. We have an active of I think it was like last month had over 100 members active. So it may not be much of one, but like a lot of those people are content creators too that do that type of content. So pop into the Discord, Warforged. That's going to be the best place. So the first person to learn Kamehameha was Batman. He was actually the first. And during a live stream, we were like, it would be funny if Stitch learned it. And then I heard the old voice actor that I used to use that I no longer use for Stitch do it. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Ironically enough, the one that was on the live stream was probably the best version of Stitch doing the Kamehameha that I had ever gotten from any voice actor. Would Batman attempt to put Nappa in Arkham for his crime? Nah. He'd be so polite. Just take one Roshi comment about any of the ladies, and Alfred would shut him down. Alfred needs to meet Weiss. Alfred meeting Weiss would be so catty, and I love it. Even better, Weiss would like Alfred's sense of humor. Not what I was saying. I was spreading the video. I know. I think it's roughly been like 115 active last month. Yeah, we're doing pretty well as far as active community over on Discord, which is really nice. You have a good night, or Whiteware. So tomorrow is Wednesday night live stream. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner stream. We had salmon today that maybe it was just old. Didn't turn out very great. Don't feel sick, though. That's the good thing. You guys want to hear something funny, though?
A few hours later.
A few hours later. I can do that voice very well, apparently. A few hours later. The more I get into it, the easier it is to do. Ha ha. Isn't that weird? I was trying to do a few hours later, a few hours later, a few hours later. I was like, that doesn't even sound like me. What? I was replaying my voices. I was like, that doesn't sound like me.
Hours later.
It reminds me of
A few hours later.
Oh God, what is it? The cartoon version of the Beatles. You want to remember that? The funny little the Beatles would appear in cartoons. That's what it reminds me of. I don't remember who did the voice for that. But they had the Beatles actually sung for a lot of cartoons, but like the regular voices they didn't have time for.
A few hours later.
That's what it reminds me of. Superman. That's an actual thing. That's an actual canon thing. Superman and Batman fuse. That's a real canon thing that happens. You remember the cartoon? It's like that's what it reminds me of.
A few hours later.
It's so funny. I gotta try to. There you go. Okay, now we got rid of that thing here. What we're going to do. The thing about Chris's is like his is under 1:30.
He has laser gloves. Where does he get all of
This is
these
Chris's short.
marvelous toys? I want some
Joker,
tea.
hold on.
And like it can literally just be the whole thing, which is great, but I need mine, and mine goes over a minute 30. So I need to find like a 5-second thing to cut off. I don't really want to cut off the end though. Like the wicked laugh is really, really funny. 1 second here. And the way that this was written and designed was to be as two shorts that combined to form the story. That was done on purpose. I 100% wrote it and designed it to be this way. And I already cut some stuff off because you guys didn't see it, but I can show you guys on a different short here on this one, which is the original file, provided I didn't delete anything over here. Okay, good. That would have sucked. But the reason why Chris, why I cut it back to here is because of the way Chris did this. Again, the way he acts versus the way I act. I have the sound playing in my ear, so I can react naturally with the exact timing that's necessary, and I'll fine tune it. Whereas Chris, he'll time it in his head, and he can do that. That's the benefit. He can do that. I can't. I don't do very well with that.
Hey, Batsy. Look. Wait.
Joker, listen, okay,
You wouldn't hit a guy on the phone, would you?
Joker, you have to get out of there now.
Wait,
Joker?
what do you mean?
There's a line that's from Joker that I originally wrote in the script that I really did like, that explains more of it. But it's what do you mean? I mean, you don't use this is your whole. What do you mean you don't need to?
That's your whole shtick.
What do you mean you don't need to? That's your whole stick. You don't use guns.
What the hell is an energy beam?
And then it does what the hell is an energy? I had to cut out because there wasn't a good point, no matter what I did, where I could have that be in there and have Chris reacting to it. Because honestly, Chris should have, like, at the point of any of this, should have been still trying to talk to Joker. But I didn't write any lines. That's on me. I didn't give him any additional lines to react to this. He just spaced it out as he's reacting to this because that's what I wrote. So Chris did the best with what he was given. Our Joker did the best with what they were given, and then added some extra stuff. Now, because our voice actor knows to go ahead and add things.
Wait,
Joker?
What do you mean? You don't need to. That's your whole shtick. What the hell is an energy beam? It's only a little bitty thing. Get me the hell out of here right now.
I love this, and I think I might have been live while I was editing some of this. But the biggest issue with that was needing to time everything. Let it be Chris going to reveal you saying Kamehameha. I don't know where we're gonna cut this part, and wherever we cut this, it's gonna be better if I have my title be where it needs to be. So I'll move my title. I'll go to the other one and cut things and move things over and everything like that. Which will be a pain in the ass, but it might be even easier. Like if we cut it after this is out, it would be easier for me to just recreate the titles. But let's say, in fact, it'd be easier for me to do. You know, I can do that right now. 1 second. This is a really cool thing on any project, anything that you're working on, with any of the software that you use. You can do something like this. I can do like save preset, but if I create compound clip and then save that preset, it saved it there. And then I should be able to, in theory here, add that to that, undo compound clip.
My training is complete.
So now I
The
have
hermit revealed
the
true
exact
purpose.
thing here, and I can just kind of do whatever I want. And I can use the pre-existing one that has all the captions and everything. No, it's this is me wanting to remake it. And depression, I started the stream saying depression sucks for a reason. Normally, if a video doesn't do well, even if I put a lot of effort into it, I can look at it from a different aspect. Like the Stitch videos. First Stitch video in Stitchgate that started it, 100,000 plus on every single social. It paid for every single other one to be done. To be honest, it did really, really well. And part 2, 3, and what's going to be part 4 are not doing very well. Realistically speaking, they've got tremendously lower views, but they're getting released almost a month apart, and no one wants to see a part 2 that they haven't seen a part 1 of, or they haven't even heard of part 1. Right? So I was able to be like, I know why this isn't doing well. It's hitting the audience that it does hit, loves it, and seeing it, so on and so forth. We move forward. We have some other stuff we need to finish up and do, and part of it is like there's some things that I can't do without Chris, right? And from a creative aspect, Chris has a really busy life. So me asking him to take time to do something that he looks at and doesn't, and I'm the same way. I look at something and I may not see the value in doing it, is asking a lot of him. Now he has learned to be like, let's just trust the process, as I have as well with him. And so even when one of us is busy, we try to give that other person the benefit of the doubt and the time to get this stuff done. The Deadpool series, both of us are looking at, and I was like, shit, we lost the momentum on this. I don't know. And I'm like, it would be a good experiment to do something similar as we do with Stitch, since it's been a while, and see if it still resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, it means that Stitch worked and is still working. We need to take another look at Stitch and why it works even months down the road, but Deadpool did it. So it's one of those things. That's a plus for me. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster. The constant medication helped me through the worst of it. I'm not a fan of taking meds that much, though, be it for pain or otherwise. And I did it for both because I was just in a lot of pain too. Pain plus depression make depression even worse too, on top of it. But no, the Batman Kamehameha, I spent $160 on. Not to mention my time and effort to make it. And for it to not do well, I'm like, shit. And so I'm trying to figure out a new opening. I need a cut. Yeah. Everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi.
I think if we started off where I'm talking, right? We started off where I'm talking. That's a minute 26. That's like perfect timing. We keep everything in there. Yeah. Everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom, albeit one of.
And see, this is where we would shrink and lift up slightly. I can't shrink and lift up too slightly, obviously. So what I have to do... Yeah. Everyone knows about the monks. And now that that's technically gone, we need to do... Are we not gonna let me do all three? So I can do that one. I can do that one. And I can do that one. I can do all three. But it won't let me do all three the way I want. That's lovely. So I'm gonna do each one of these individually. That sucks. So instead, we're gonna hide these. We're gonna make this slightly easier. That disappears right there. So instead, we're gonna split these all right here. And that's where what is that? $146, $144, and $87. So that's why. We're going to split that. It's going to go down to 87. No, hold on. We're going to transform. We're going to go down to 87. And it's going to go up a little smidge. I believe I said 146, 148. That's good enough. That's going to go up a little bit. Provided I remember to do that.
About the monks. And
You know what? God, I'm stupid. I'm making this way more difficult than it needs to be. Go back.
about the monks.
Oh.
Wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom, albeit one of questionable habit.
At that point, right here, and it's because of my hat.
Yeah,
that
everyone
we're doing
knows
this.
about the
Because of
monks.
where I
Just
have everything.
Master Roshi, a relic.
Because I
of
sit up and
wisdom,
I'm more in frame.
albeit one of questionable.
See, I take
habits.
more of the frame up.
Now, I can extend justice across the multiverse.
I don't know why
That's
it's not working.
Only slightly
What's not
concerning.
working?
What exactly did
It didn't work. Let me pop into the stream and see if that's. It should be working. It should. Yep, it goes right there. Link still works. Link works. Getting tired, time to log off. Good night. Levi, remember, even in the darkness, look into the light and laugh, for it destroys darkness like a nat 20. That's a nice way to say that. That's awesome. Hi, Screaming Dragon. How goes it? You should be able to like click the link, go on there, and then from there, if you're having trouble, you got to make sure that you're doing stuff. Too much of panic mode. I've been there, done that. So what we're trying to figure out is a good starting point here. Like I feel like having him say,
I can extend. Now, I can extend justice across the multiverse.
That's only slightly concerning. What exactly did Roshi teach you?
like I could start it out at
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
that, and that would be a much shorter skit too. That's probably under a minute though at that point. Like if we, that's a minute 9. That is 1:09.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness. Let this light echo across all worlds. A warning to the wicked.
Look, Captain Plot Armor, it took Roshi years to be able to even learn.
I am vengeance. I am the night.
So you immediately start out with that. But that extra like 20, I guess like 16 seconds or so really fills that in as to what's going on. What do you guys think? I can either do it effectively right there at the plot armor point, I think it was. No, right here. Right up there. What exactly did Roshi teach you? So that does establish who he's learning it from. Yeah, we're keeping that in. That's 100% saying it. That's not gonna get changed. What I'm trying to change right now is just the starting point of this. Like the original skit will remain up. The full 3-minute skit will stay up. This is just a short that people can then go like, oh, I want to see the whole thing now, right? We've got 2 shorts. I got one for John's side, and I'll release that in a day or so. We want to do mine, and what I want to do is do John's first, and then do mine, because people gravitate towards the villains way more, and we realize that. Pardon me.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
So if I started at what exactly did Roshi teach you?
Yeah, everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom, albeit one of questionable habits. But now, I can extend justice across the multiverse.
Because one of the comments was like, God, Batman does talk a lot, doesn't he? Because Batman does talk a lot. He does ramble quite often, even in the series.
That's only slightly concerning. What exactly did Roshi teach you?
We don't get that that's only slightly concerning. We get what exactly, it cuts it off, which God, I kind of want to keep that in there. But in order for you to understand that that's only slightly concerning, you need to hear the previous. And at that point, it's like, I don't know. This is one of those ones where I don't know where I want to cut it, because there's a few different relatively good cut points, and each one has its strengths and weaknesses. Cut it too far in, you got a perfect start point, but you do lose a bit of context, and you lose one of the jokes that honestly is a driving factor in discussion. Especially because I've seen it be a driving factor of discussion in the original. This is a good start
everyone
point.
knows about the monks. And wait,
we get the monks joke that everyone makes.
just say hermit.
Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom, albeit one of questionable habits. But now, I can extend justice across the multiverse.
That's only slightly concerning. What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch.
And then you get the watch, bear witness, blah, blah, blah. Whereas if we cut it here, first of all, I don't need that other bit at that point. We cut it here. Still have it fade out because of how I move. I can extend your car's warranty.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness. Let this light echo across all worlds. A warning to the wicked.
Look, Captain Plot Armor, it took Roshi years to be able to even learn.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh, hell yeah, Bruce! I'll update the file and...
Doesn't end here.
Huh?
Another master awaits.
Who?
Hey, Bruce, are you done warming up yet?
Ooh.
I'm ready for some real
Wait,
training.
hold on. Hello? Oh, I have so many mixed emotions right now. I'm not going to tell John.
And there's a there's a lot of people who want a part 2 immediately to this, and I would love to do a part 2. I don't have the money for the voicing. I don't have money for the animation. That's another $160 at minimum that I don't have for that. It's not happening. I'd have to set up a fund specifically for animation and whatnot, and we're already looking into that. But this also proves that like we can't spend this type of money on a skit and have it perform poorly. And I still need to make the shorts and get them out there and then see how those shorts perform. And it did perform okay on TikTok and okay on Facebook. And I don't know how much it made collectively. And I won't know until Chris can take a look at some statistics that I can't see right now. But if I'm right, based on the view numbers alone, we didn't make the money back. And that was out of my own pocket. Absolutely, Alfred would totally have something too.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness.
I kind of like the watch and bear witness one being right there because it's almost an immediate gratification type of deal. Like, what exactly did Roshi There's no way
teach
he
you?
learned what we think he
Watch
learned.
and bear witness. Let this light echo across all worlds. A warning to the wicked.
Look, Captain Plot Armor, it took Roshi years to be able to even learn.
I am vengeance. I am.
So within 20 seconds, within under 20 seconds, we are right there learning it. That was a close call, but now I've discovered the source of Babsy's little parlor trick, and I've improved upon it. Witness my Kamehameha attack. Kind of lose it and go back into my regular voice there. But yeah, I lose that little bit of context, that joke, that's only slightly concerning joke that a bunch of people latched on as well. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just...
Started at the monks or started at...
What exactly did Roshi teach?
Because I can't start it at that's only slightly concerning, because you need it, like, you don't know what's slightly concerning.
Only slightly concerning. What exactly?
You need to hear his, but now I can extend justice across the multiverse. Which, if you know Batman, you know why that's concerning for him to say that. I'm tied here. I don't know where we should cut this one for its short that would drive traffic. Joker hasn't learned it. Joker would not be the type to learn it with one look. He's not that kind of fighter. And like he routinely loses against children who barely have any training in martial arts. He would not be able to learn Kamehameha in the same manner, other than me just making it happen. And as a big fan of both series, he really would not be able to learn that. And I'm not saying he wouldn't be able to learn something, but Kamehameha definitely wouldn't be it. we would have to build him up to that. Your sensu bean, Master Bruce. Your sensu bean, Master Bruce. Yeah, no, that was just me having fun doing the voice. Well, what do you guys think? Where's the cut point at? Does the cut point get rid of the only slightly concerning bit and just go, what exactly did Roshi teach you? Or is the cut point here? That's our two points right here.
Everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi, a relic of wisdom, albeit one of questionable habits. But now, I can extend justice across the multiverse.
That's only slightly concerning. What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Good night, Levi Markin. You have a good one. But yeah, he would totally bluff his way and then just shoot.
Watch and bear witness. Let this light echo across all worlds. A warning to the wicked.
Look, Captain Plot Armor, it took Roshi years to be able to even learn.
And then after this, I'm going to release the animation without all the watermarks and stuff on it. So, start at what did he teach you? So we've got
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness. Let this light echo across all worlds.
right there versus right here.
Yeah, everyone knows about the monks. And wait, did you just say hermit?
Master Roshi.
Instead of there. It does make sense. We want to make it short and sweet to the point. But at the same time, there's a saying is like not making it too short, making sure there's plenty of context. But a minute 9 monetizes it across the board. Every single platform over a minute. Right? Some of them, like I can make YouTube shorts under a minute, and they'll still be monetized. Nothing right now. That's not on our radar right now. I don't know if these shorts perform badly, if every part that I release performs badly, there's no point to continue the series. Last time it was an entirely different reason. Like it performed incredibly well for when it was released and how big we were at that time. It did 40,000+ on YouTube alone, which at that time was pretty big for us. It did similar or better numbers across all the other socials as well. So it was really good. But that was several years ago, and we have a much larger fan base now. It should realistically be doing much better than what it is right now.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness.
Yeah, I think right here is probably a good one because you immediately jump into it. Get to see Levi's little smirk of happiness there still. Yeah, I think that's the cut point. So, like I have voice work from over, 2 years ago for where I was going to continue the series, and so I paid for voice work for the continuation that I thought where it was going to go, and that voice work can't be used. Like it's not that I can't grab it, have it be animated, and put it out there or anything like that. It's not good. It's not that the voice work isn't good. It's just like the writing is not where it needs to be. The light part. Oh, that no. See, if I cut it down too far, you mean I am vengeance, I am the night. I'm guessing you meant night. I can't cut that out. First of all, that's already animated. That whole thing is animated. And that would require me re-editing the original raw file massively, and like to go back and let me represent my screen and share why I'm not doing that. Because there's a difference between doing this where it's the file that's already here and then pulling this up and having to realign all this stuff. Right? And then like I have to get it to adjust where I'm at here. I'd have to cut this. But the moment I cut that, I'm also not reacting to any of that. I would have to refilm this because otherwise I have to cut this out myself as well. I have to cut myself out to where I'm reacting to that. So I would have to cut a huge chunk and you'd have that jump cut that neither Chris or I care for. So the quality would dramatically change. And so that's not what I'm looking for. I want to make sure I keep the quality as much as possible. The wild zoologist. Well, hello, Levi. Hello. Do the hello, dearie. I can't quite do as high as a voice as Robin Williams.
What exactly did Roshi teach you?
Watch and bear witness. Let this.
But yeah, I think that works. So we're gonna go with
What
that
exactly
for the
did
short.
Roshi teach you?
And so that's both of those. And then I'll release the Batman one because it's just pure animation. Your muse packed up and ran off. Hey, no. Whatever the will you do? The well has run drieth, and the muse has runneth away. Now I can't even get someone to refill the well, so I may draw from it and spill my guts all over this page. Ooh, speaking of spilling my guts. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. I'm going to give you food. Come back here, my muse. Look, right up there. Yeah, see? Hey, Pepe. Did it make you mad? I have not heard of the YouTube channel. The thing about making content, this is a harsh reality to it. I don't consume content in the same way that I used to. I would go out of my way to watch the creators I liked. There's a lot of creators that I used to like that I just kind of don't like the way they're making their content. I love 3D printing stuff. I love watching stuff they made, always have. One of my favorite content creators who I'm a mutual with now, or at least was until I said something and then I noticed that I'm no longer a mutual with them. So whatever. Was called Frankly Built, unless it was a mistake. But yeah, the way he styled his new content compared to his original I'm not a fan of that particular style because everyone's fucking doing it. Now I get why he's doing it. It creates and generates views, and he has to chase those because this is his full-time job. And the type of content I do is much, 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 much different than his. I've been off since your kitty passed. I'm sorry. I know if that's like your content is so different from mine, I can still enjoy it. And yeah, that's effectively what it is. Like a number of things has happened where, and most recently, somebody made a comment. Oh, I see you were inspired on this one, on this one, on the Batman Kamehameha skit. I see you were inspired by such and such YouTuber. And I'm like, I don't know this guy. Let me look it up and see when they posted something. Maybe I might have been a couple of years ago because I put out the original skit like 2 years ago. And his video from that Batman learns the Kamehameha or DBZ stuff was like 3 months ago, and I was like, this is a remake from like 2023. so I didn't like just outright say it's like I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. I don't know this guy. And that's one thing I would say that probably is the thing that bugs me the most. I bet that she's over here now. Is like telling a creator that, hey, you must have taken this joke or gotten inspired by this other creator. And it's like 90% of the time, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. I honestly don't know 90% of the creators that somebody tags or mentions. And the few times I do, I'm like, I don't watch that creator's content. I'm like, I may have used to watch it. Like, I used to watch One Shot Questers. He's changed a bunch of his stuff now. And periodically he will come up on my feed, but I no longer go out of my way to watch their content. I don't watch a whole lot of audio stories, especially since a lot of them have become AI generated. Like they'll just become a faceless YouTube. They will use AI to do the voice. They'll use AI to write the story, or they'll grab a Reddit, toss it into AI, and change it just enough. So I tend not to watch them. If they pop up my feed on TikTok, and it's just somebody reading the Reddit story, I'll do that. But like I can tell when it's written by AI because there'll be things that just don't make sense if you were a writer. Either A, it was AI, or B, it was just really badly written. You know, that's good. Good. Don't like there's bonuses to it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like we've been compared to Death Battle quite a lot, and that's you know, that's whatever. It got to a certain point that when we did it first, it was really cool to see people tagging us and like Villain's Part already did this, Villain's Part did this, Villain's Part did. Fucking feels good whenever we do something and then like they go and do it and like we've already done it. it feels really damn good because we take the comedy approach and they take the non-comedy approach. So it's both of ours exist in a sphere of like people are watching both content, and I understand why. And we've debated about doing a style like theirs, as well as just taking some of the people who are angry at their stuff and like giving them what they want. I have no idea if that person does that or not. I'm saying that's the reason why I tend not to listen to audio stories. Go get some sleep, Sherry. I'm officially done. I just need to take the 3 skits and schedule them out. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I was thinking of doing it later in the week. But I'm gonna find out when he wants me to schedule those, and then I will get those set and done. I don't have anything else this week because I wasn't in the mindset to make content. This is the best way to put it. The one thing I made was the one thing I showed you earlier, and it's not bad, but it could use some work. It could use some fine tuning a little bit. This was just a short stream though. I think I made some people mad about how I feel about audio stories. I do watch them on TikTok though when I'm doom scrolling. More than I'd like to. I've moved on from a lot of them though. The T800 Model 101 is actually based off of Dutch. It was used by Skynet to lure predators into traps so HKs could finish them. That is where the lasers and time travel came from. What? Oh, it's a theory. It's just a theory. I'm like, well, what's? It's a theory, a movie theory. Oh. Give him credit where credit is due. He blew that shit up. You can't say theory now without thinking of Matt Pat. It's a theory. A game theory. A movie theory. A TV series theory. It was just so stupid. Oh, it's fine. I mean, they wrote that out pretty well. That like that theory kind of falls apart if you look into the history of that stuff like at all. From what I understand, they're not part of the same world. Yeah. There's a Dark Horse comic crossover, Aliens versus Predators versus the Terminator, which created a shared universe in its own right. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. We'll have to take a look at that. Yeah. Yeah, the Batman versus Predator thing has happened, at least unofficially. They did a whole thing of like Predators versus, which might be one of the reasons why it does so well on our channel, is because it was a legitimate thing that was out there for a while. And it's just one of the series that we come back to. We do Predator versus. We are the channel that has the most content when it comes to Predator content. 100%. We have them, unless there. I know there's some channels that are dedicated to only Predator content, but like fresh content, not like just talking about the movie 20 different ways, but like fresh new content versus what would happen here and here and here and here and here and here. True. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Not really much else for me to do. Why is there a file transfer thing? Oh, that was before you left. All right. So I'm probably gonna call it here. Oh, we just got somebody. Finally caught you on. Well, now I would feel bad if I left. I was just about to call it. As part of the Star Trek and seeing our Bible for canon, I can't imagine trying to keep comics straight. What? Religion in sci-fi is such a funny thing. It really is. See, the thing in Star Trek is like all of the religions exist. Oh, hey! Please, by all means, get some. Thank you for the donation. Did you know we have a 24-hour live stream currently running? If you wanted to watch our content in like as order as it can be, we call our timelines a Bibble. Oh, Bibble. I was looking at Bible. You said Bible. Bibble. But if you wanted to watch like all the Stitch content from start to what has currently been released, it's on there. If you can catch the point, there's like almost 6 hours of content, mind you. There's 5 hours and 21 minutes of content currently uploaded onto the 24-hour 24/7 live stream right now, and it's going to run for probably a couple more days before I call it quits. But if I get donations starting to appear on there, I will keep it running. But thank you. That's amazing. The Vatican. Immediately go. Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoy it. Slowly become one of those guys on TikTok who have a sign up saying "Let me sleep," and everyone keeps making noise. That's my spouse. They do night shift, and like that's one of the hard things. Is like I don't have a set schedule, so my schedule is like very random. I'll have times where I'm on my spouses. I'll have times when I'm on my kids, and I'll have times when I'm on no ones, and I just randomly wake up and do things. But anyways, I want to thank you all for joining. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, body, and spirit, and harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails our way again, have an Acme Day. Have an Acme Day as a podcast villain. Have an Acme Day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme Day. And remember, have an Acme Day simply means have the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.